Erik, an important 3 points in the bag tonight. Give us your thoughts on the performance.
It was okay, and of course you hope you score in the first half hour, and then second just before halftime, so that took a little bit long, but I think we deserved that goal, and then you score from set play, perfect. Second half we scored 2 more goals, and good goals out of open play, so I'm happy with that, also with the clean sheet, because we did also give nothing away, so really focused win, what I would say.
You said the performance was okay there, and that you stressed the importance of scoring goals. Was there a feeling that there was an improvement to be made, to be more clinical, more ruthless in front of goal, particularly in that first half?
I don't know if that are the words. It's more to bring more numbers in, to get behind the defending line of the opponents, and that's especially about occupation, the zones in the box, and that is what we can do better. And I think the examples are the second and the third goal. Then I think we are with more in the box. We occupy the positions, and that is what we have to do more. There we have to improve.
You could see how desperate Ronaldo was to score a goal tonight. How pleased were you to see him finish the game off with that?
Great. And he created, the team creates for him, and we know we have the capabilities to finish, and it will come. But he needs a goal to get over that point, I would say, and then will come more goals. I'm confident of that.
You made a couple of changes at half-time. One of them was Anthony. Was that an injury? Was that something that was planned? Or was that a reaction to the spin that we saw in the first half?
No. But it was more or less planned if we are up. I want to see Cristiano and Marcus Rashford close together. That was one of the reasons to bring another dynamic over the right side. I thought over the left side, Garnacho was playing quite well. He had a really threat in his actions, really good tempo dribblings. So that was good to see. So it was more or less was planned. Yeah.
You stressed the importance, obviously, of topping this group, and this result goes a long way to going towards that. How much confidence can you take into that final group game now?
We have confidence, but we know what we have to do. That crazy penalty, that's what we get in the first game. We have to deal with that. So that means we have to win there, and we have to win with two goals difference.
Thank you, Erik.
This is a clean sheet overall. Happy with the evening?
Yes, but you want always more, and I think we scored 3 goals, but I think we should have won with at least 5-0. But in the end, I think there were a lot of positives in this game. What you mentioned, the clean sheet, we didn't concede counters, so we attacked well organized. They couldn't get out, so the counter press was really good, and we created a lot against a real compact opponent. What I said, we scored 3, we should have scored even more, but there was a threat, we create, and that's good.
These nights can be frustrating against the team who defend like that. So how important was that goal on the stroke of half-time from Diogo?
Meaning of the first goal. And the first goal is always really important. And every top team knows that, is aware of that. But even when you concede them, you have to deal with it as well. But if you can score him, that gives you a big advantage in the game.
And obviously strikers thrive on goals. To see Marcus and Ronaldo get on the score sheet, how welcome was that in the second half?
Second half we won. I wanted to see that. Cristiano and Marcus close together in the 9 and 10 position. And I think it can be a threat for opponent. It's always difficult against such players to defend that. And we have seen that. They can take benefit from each other. It was good to see also over the right side when Bruno called out, and then you get a different dynamic over the right as well. So I've seen some positive points in this game.
It was a big night for Alejandro Garnacho as well, and when he came off, Old Trafford rose to applaud him. Did you like his performance?
Yes, and he deserved his chance about hard working. But there's still a lot of room for improvement, especially in the defending part, in the pressing part, in the counter press, in the defense transition. But you can see in tight areas, he can find solutions. He has a really good tempo dribbling. He can outplay opponents with tempo dribbling, and that is what you need against tight, compact playing opponents.
So you're through to the knockout stage, but you, I'm sure, want to finish top of the group and avoid a playoff. So how big is that night in Spain next week?
When you make the question, it's also the answer. First leg we lose, crazy penalty, so we have to deal with the crazy penalty. So we have to turn around. So that demands a big performance there, demands a winning attitude. But first we have Sunday, that's more important. Always go from game to game, and we have now focus on Sunday, West Ham United.
Thanks, Erik. Thank you. Overall, Mark, was that a job well done?
Yeah, definitely. I think we defended well, you know. David didn't really have much to do in the goal, which is very good for us. And yeah, we managed to sort of keep them pinned in their half. A couple of breakaways in the first half and in the second half. But yeah, we kept them quiet, and you know, we got 3 goals in the end.
Is it about being patient when you've got a mass defence and waiting for the goals to come?
They have 2 blocks, you know, and they're very stubborn. They stick with a man, and they defend well as a block, as a unit. You know, you have to keep chipping away at them, keep making them move out of positions, which means constant runs in behind, constant interchanging. And ultimately getting bodies in the face of the goal. So yeah, eventually we got there. We scored a couple of goals, and we could have got a couple more as well.
And your goal, Luke Shaw, with the ball in?
Yeah, great cross. Yeah, I just tried to guide it towards the near post, and you know, thankfully it went in. But yeah, great cross, great build up. But patient play, like you said. You know, it's in them positions that Shaw is in. It's almost enticing to try and get it across the face of the goal. Sometimes you just need to be calm and try and pick someone out. So yeah, it was a great cross for me. 99
goals. You're nearly there.
Yeah, almost there. Almost. Yeah, it'd be a great achievement when it happens. But you know, I'm just focused on keep winning games for this club. Yeah, and keep enjoying ourselves.
You know what it's like to be a young player playing here. How did you think young Garnacho got on with his first start?
Yeah, he done brilliantly. I think he expressed himself, played positive football. Yeah, the only thing missing was a goal really, and yeah, I bet that would have made him really happy. But yeah, I'm pleased for him. Hopefully he can kick on now and you know, start getting more minutes and keep performing like that.
Finally, a group decider in a week's time against Real Sociedad. That's going to be a big night, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we know we have to go there and win by 2 goals. And it was our objective, you know, to finish top of the group at the beginning of the campaign. So that's still very much on our mind.
Well, we did wonder whether Anthony's substitution at half-time had anything to do with the showboating that we saw at 0-0, and Erik Ten Hag is saying there that it was pre-planned.
More or less.
More or less.
I think it would have had a little bit of something to do with it. I think you saw his reaction on the bench. I think it frustrated him. I just don't know what it achieves. Look, this crowd and me, I love a bit of showboating. I love a bit of entertainment,
But then at least get the next pass right.
Well, yeah. And does that do anything for anybody? Does it do anything for himself? I'd have to ask him. I don't know what it achieves, Owen. And like you said, the next bit, or even before that, the first half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever it was before that.
Or if you're 4-0
up. He did nothing in the game. Well, you're 3 or 4-0 up, yeah, then you might do. But even if you're 3 or 4-0 up, what does that do for you?
Does that annoy the fans?
No, I think you're curious. You're thinking, what's he going to do? I thought 1 spin's fine. The second one, I think...
2's pushing it.
No, it's just what, you know, I think we all want to see skill. We all love that. But the point is you need to have skill with function. You know, and you need to be moving forward. If he does it in and around someone, I'll be jumping out my seat. Yeah. But the point is to do it like that with no effect. I'm not sure what he was trying to achieve. Look, first of all, he's come a very long way to be out on Old Trafford as a Brazilian. He's achieved a lot by doing that. He probably wanted to show this skill, which he does everywhere he goes. But the point, I just want to see it with a bit more closer to someone when you're up against someone. Look, that's his skill. He likes to do it.
I'm not even sure it's skill, is it? I think it's
his thing, Scholes, isn't it?
Couldn't we do that?
Yeah, but I think he probably wanted to show people that he is.
Is it his trademark, do you think?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think he just wanted to do that at Old Trafford. But the point is, do one and then get forward and then take somebody on.
I think he needs a better one.
I think he's got
a more entertaining one.
I think he's got probably got a better one coming. I think somebody would have told him, Scholes, don't you think?
What, not to do it?
No, I think now, maybe before people would have said they would like to see that. Whereas I think, I'm not sure in this country we like to see tricks.
Yeah, this country, any country, in Brazil. Brazil don't want to see that, do they? Ajax in Holland, do they want to see that?
No, but I think people like to see
Yeah, I like to see skill and entertainment.
Just not two.
But
not two spins.
I don't think
just
that's skill. I don't think that's skill or entertainment. That's just being a clown, isn't it?
Right, should we focus on the match next week? Because it is set up for a brilliant showdown, isn't it? Because Real Sociedad won in Cyprus tonight, as expected, the group will go down to the final game between Manchester United and Real Sociedad out in San Sebastian, and Manchester United need to win by 2 goals or more in order to go through as the group winners. And the reason why that's so important, just to reiterate, in this new format of the Europa League, if you go through as the group winners, you go straight through to the round of 16, avoiding the extra playoff round where you could face a team like Barcelona or Sevilla, who have already been confirmed as dropping into the Europa League from the Champions League. It would make for an exciting tie, but Manchester United obviously want to avoid the extra 2 games.
Yeah, ideally, I think with the Premier League and the fixture congestion, but do you know what? It's going to be tough there next week. I don't care. I don't mind if they go through as top or not. I want to see Barcelona.
You want a trip to the Nou Camp, don't you?
Of course I do. Yeah, I'd love to go and watch Barcelona, Man United again. They're proper European nights. We don't want to see rubbish like we've seen tonight and the Omonia game. It's not entertaining. Barcelona. Can you imagine the difference, the atmosphere, the quality of players? It'd just be great to watch.
Look, they're in a super place, United. You know, they've been some really good teams this season. They beat Tottenham, they beat Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. They can go there easily and win by 2 goals. So I think they're in a good place, defensively, offensively. Balance of the team is good. I expect them to go there and win. It'll be tough, but I think they're going to get the job done.
And just a quick word on Harry Maguire. Good to see him back fit, back out on the pitch as well. When he was warming up, he came down this end of the pitch and got a nice reception from the crowd. And he didn't have a great deal to do out on the pitch tonight, but good to keep a clean sheet still, nevertheless.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, look, he's had a tough time, and these fans here will get behind him. They realise how difficult the last year to 18 months has been for him. We want him to get back to the player he is, the player he can be. We know, look, that wasn't a test tonight, as you said. There'll be a bigger test to come if he plays next week, if he plays against West Ham on Sunday. No, then that'll be a true test of his form. So, look, fingers crossed he gets back to the Harry Maguire we all know. Yeah,
with Varane out injured, how much game time do you expect Harry Maguire to get between now and the World Cup, which is obviously important for England as well? Hopefully.
I was really happy for him. These fans are brilliant. You know, they give him a big clap. I think he'll be delighted to be fit, start playing, and obviously they've got the World Cup coming up, so he'll be ready to get going, but I'm delighted the reception the fans gave him.
In that front 3 tonight was the youngster, 18-year-old Garnacho. What can he learn from this situation with Ronaldo and playing on the pitch with him tonight as well? He was so impressive out there.
You know, he was exceptional. You know, he had real quality. The thing I liked about him, this is what he did. He was direct. He ran at defenders all the time. He had the step-overs up. He had tricks that had a bit of function as well. Cheeky little nutmeg. I think he had everything. He was just missing a goal or assist, but I thought overall, if you would say that kid was 18 years old, he was the most effective of all the front 3 players. And I really enjoyed watching him score. I just think he's definitely one for the future and for now, actually.
Yeah, you know, this crowd, they love entertainment as well. I think this lad was really entertaining, almost like a young Cristiano at that age, you know, taking the skill, taking the ball down like he did there with his little back heel. But I was impressed with, you know, some wingers, they can only go one way sometimes, and he's a right-footed winger playing on the left-hand side. Sometimes they can't go down that left-hand side, but he did. He could do both, and it makes you so unpredictable. As Owen said, he probably missed an assist and a goal, but I thought his performance was exciting, really exciting for an 18-year-old kid. And he really is one to look for the future.
He'd only played 35 minutes in a Manchester United shirt before tonight, so this was really his biggest opportunity to show the manager what he can do across the grand scheme of a whole match, and he did exactly that, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't disappoint. I think the fans would have loved him. We all enjoyed watching him play. Obviously, Cristiano put his arm around him. You know, he's great at that, but what a beautiful feeling. You know, he knows he played well, by the way. You know, as a player, he's walking off. Fans appreciated it. I'm sure his family, he'll have a proud moment. You know, all these guys come from such a far place to achieve their dream. To play out there on Old Trafford is a beautiful thing, and I thought he did fantastic tonight.
Has he proved himself enough to start in the Premier League at the weekend against West Ham, or do you expect him to start out in Spain next week for the last game? Or neither?
Difficult to say. He's still very young. You're playing against opposition tonight, which isn't the strongest. We all appreciate that, but I'm not sure he'll start on Sunday or Thursday, but he's definitely an option for the manager. He's definitely gave him something to think about. He could be one to come on for the last 20-30 minutes. He could be, as you say, more dangerous some of the players that have been playing every week because of the basic fact he can go past people on either side, and there's not that many wingers who can do that these days. And look, he's when you come into a team, you have to take your chances as a young player. We talked about Marcus as a young player burst onto the scene. You have to take your chance, and I think tonight I don't think he's done himself any harm.
Do you think he's made a case to start?
Maybe not start, but he's in the manager's thoughts now. Whereas obviously before, with the minutes you said, he probably wasn't. He's in now. He's in. But they've got Sancho, they got Alanga, they got Martial, Anthony. They got all these different options. But if he plays like that, he'll definitely play a lot more.
Well, let's go to Rob, who's a Man United fan. All right, Rob.
Rob.
How are you doing, lads? You all right?
Yeah, good, Rob. You was at the game. You're on your way back. Talk me through it. It's a decent performance, really.
Yeah, I think, look, I think the performance is good. I think Ten Hag, I think he's created an identity with these lads now. But I do think, Ronaldo's got the goal tonight. But for me, I think we've had enough of Ronaldo now at Man United.
What do you mean?
I think his time has come. I think, you watch him, I think he's shrugging his shoulders. I've heard that he's going to be good to the lads, the young lads, but I think his time is gone. And I think, I'm watching the rest of the team, the pressing, and I think with Ronaldo in there, I think you take out players like Bruno Fernandes of the game.
I disagree, Rob. I really do. I think, look, yes, he's selfish. That's because he's one of the best goal scorers ever. And he's always going to have that selfishness about him. It's about, he wants it to be about him. I get that. But that's what's made him the player that he is. Now, he's coming to the end of his career and he's dropping down in the pecking order in terms of playing every week. But you've still got an unbelievable goal scorer that you can use off the bench or start in Europa League games. He's still massive for you.
I can see that, but I think, you go back to the summer, we had this, the transfer request, he was going to talk his truth, and to be fair, Ronaldo, he's been pretty baseless, I think, for the fans, and I think, he could have done an interview, clarified the situation, that's never happened, and I think there's just started to come that bit of disconnect, I think, with some areas. I think, me personally, watching it, from where I am, I don't see the work rate. I've seen some great young lads coming through that team now, and I think are on board with the Ten Hag philosophy. We spoke about what happened at Tottenham, walking off down the tunnel, but for me, that's not what this Man United team's about. And I think without him, we're a much better team. Look at the Chelsea game, superb again, look class. I think if we had an out-and-out goal scorer, I think we're winning that game. I think we're going in at half-time 2-0. And I think that's probably the thing now that Ten Hag's going to January thinking, Ronaldo isn't that out-and-out goal scorer, he's not going to do it.
He's a real conundrum, isn't he? Because
not really.
But he is. But you just heard what Rob said there, right? And Rob is not alone, right? Rob is not alone. You asked me in the transfer window, Chelsea were linked there. I didn't want Ronaldo because there is a certain amount of baggage. You get, and you've seen this play out. You're watching it continually play out. United have just won, and Rob's phoned up talking about wants Ronaldo gone. He does come with some baggage. You can't deny that. Comes with goals, but comes with baggage. But the most important thing is United. That's the most important thing. That is absolutely front and centre. And he does score goals, and he will. But to what level? To the detriment of the squad and the team. He's got to fall in line, though. He's got to fall in line.
I think that's the issue. He still sees himself as the number one. And I think when he comes to terms with the fact that he's not that anymore, and he accepts that he's going to play Europa League nights, score goals, still might win a trophy for them, score big in big moments, maybe come off the bench in Premier League games for half hour here and there.
He's done that against Everton. He ends up getting the winner against Everton. So.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is at this moment in time, he's not accepting that that's his place in the squad. When he does accept that, I still think he's got a massive part to play for Manchester United.
Right now,
so Ten Hag's got to keep drilling that into him. You're massive for us. We need you. But you're not going to play every week.
But at that stage, he will probably feel the Europa League the stage isn't big enough for him. He wants Champions League football. That's what he wants. And it's the measure of the man that he wants to go in and continue at his age and still be number one. And you can't fault that. But what you can fault is him knowing at a particular stage in his career that he has a role to play. That role has always been the number one man, wherever he's been. Since that last year at United, ever since then, he's been the number one man, him and Messi, in the world. And right now, his role has changed. He has a different role at United, and he's not quite now prepared to play that role out. He wants to be the main man. He wants to be the number. And he's got to suck it up, and it's hard because he's not used to that. But to the best for United, I agree with Rob. For the best for the whole unit that United are, he needs to realise that and accept that you aren't going to be the number one man, but you still have a role to play.
Okay, all right, well, that's your opinion. Let's go to Joe's a Man United fan. All right, Joe.
Right, Joe.
Joe.
Hello.
All right, Joe.
Hiya, boys. You all right?
Yeah, good. You was at the game tonight. Talk me through how you felt. The performance was. It was decent. You're looking strong. Squad's looking
I'll be
good.
honest, the performance tonight was pretty strong, but I do have to point out a few weeks ago, Cundy said a few things about Erik Ten Hag and Solskjaer. I cannot.
Ole Gunnar Ten Hag?
Yeah, Ole Gunnar Ten Hag. I cannot believe that.
Why have you taken till now to phone up?
No, but a couple of weeks ago you were saying that when we had about 38 million shots on target, we were horrendous.
Yep.
But tonight we win, what was it, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0? I don't even know. But come on, boys. Cundy.
Yeah, so apologise.
No.
I think you should apologise.
No,
you should apologise.
I said how impressed I was with you at the weekend. Thought you played well, deserved. On another day, you wanted 3 points.
What's your opinion on the Chelsea game, Cundy? Because I will say right now, the first 35, 40 minutes...
35.
...was smashed, yeah.
Yeah, you did, and we couldn't get hold of Casemiro. He was the problem. But Potter solved it. We had an extra man in the middle of the park.
Yeah,
stopped Casemiro and that triangle between him. And United were. They could have been 2 or 3 up. And he had to change something because United would have the freedom of Stamford Bridge. And that's one of the best performances I've seen from United this season, that first 35 minutes. He changed it on 36. He had to change something.
I'll agree with you. For one, mate, Cundy, the best ever for Chelsea was at 33 minutes against. The best performance for Potter, 55 minutes onwards. Tactical genius, but he still drew.
Sorry, we missed a couple of words there. Say that again.
No, he's basically what he said.
Graham Potter's brilliant. Yeah. Chelsea pretty horrendous.
Yeah, but after that, I think the game after the last hour was even. You know, and he got his team selection wrong. Playing Cucurella left-hand side of 3 didn't work. You're
going to apologise to Ten Hag?
No.
I think you should.
No.
Come on. I apologised to Clobby today. Yeah, Clobby. I tweeted him and said, sorry, Clobster.
Look, they beat Sheriff.
Right.
You got beat by Brentford. You got smashed by Brentford. I mean, if that's not Ole Gunnar Ten Hag, I don't know what is.
Talking about Brentford, that was 2 months ago.
Well, I'm just.
Think about this, Luis Garcia. Would you rather your weekly wage that you get at Manchester United and Europa League football, or take a big pay cut, play potentially Champions League with a team that you also adore in Sporting?
You have to be at that spot. I don't think that Cristiano Ronaldo is going to go to Sporting. I mean, I will never know because we are not in his head, but definitely, but the way that he is, the personality he is, he's a winner. I'm not going to change United for Sporting just because they are Champions League or they are playing Champions League maybe for 1 or 2 games. And then I'm going to continue playing in the Portugal League that, with all my respect, is not the same like the Premier League. So at the end, it's about trying to keep, and I think that's his personality, at the highest level. And you play at Man United at the highest level. You're playing in Premier League. Yes, this year you're playing Europa League. We don't know what's going to happen next year, but definitely at the moment, I don't see him moving anywhere else. I think that he wants to prove that he deserves to play, that he wants to play, and that he is able to play as the years that we've seen him for so long.
You know what I heard there, right? In between the lines, what I heard from Luisa, I'm not leaving that money on the table. I'm not leaving that money on the table. That money is mine, son.
And we don't even, obviously this is just what the Sporting coach said. There doesn't seem to be anything in this, but it's just an interesting question to know.
Give me that.
What would you do?
Give me that.
You'd rather have the money?
What? No, that's what Luis is doing. Here you go. Give me all that. It's right here.
No.
What about you, Stevie? What do you do with your Ronaldo?
At this stage.
Well, he's never going to take that big a pay cut. And quite frankly, if he doesn't, he's not going to be playing football. Because he's going to have to. Nobody. Unless he's going to go unless he's going to go to Saudi Arabia, or if the Chinese start paying crazy money, or again, unless he does that, he's not going to get the amount of money that he probably thinks he's worth. Unless there's some crazy guy in the USA or somewhere like that who wants to show off to everybody and says, I'm going to sign Ronaldo and I don't care because I've got loads of money. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see anybody paying him the type of money or anywhere close to the type of money he's getting right now, for one simple reason. Yes, he's Ronaldo, but you know what? He's not the player Ronaldo was. So, no, not for me. I'm sorry. If he wants to play properly, he's going to have to drop down the money. And if he doesn't, then he doesn't love the game quite as much as he's telling us or thinks he does.
Manchester United won tonight. They look very good, Jason. They looking good, Man United. You know, you said you was impressed with them at Chelsea.
Very impressed with them at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. Yeah,
tonight they dominated.
Saturday,
dominated possession again tonight. Ronaldo back on the score sheet. Rashford scoring goals. It's all looking well.
You know, I have to say I was very impressed with United the weekend. They're going through the gears. There's a slickness about United at the moment. Casemiro, the way the system they play. Chelsea got it wrong. In the end, Potter solved the problem. First half hour, Man United dominated the ball, dominated chances. And another day, they might be one, maybe two up.
Thursday,
Potter had to change something because we were desperately in need of some possession and stemming the flow of attacks from United. And once he went to an extra man in the middle of the park, Casemiro, so they had Fernandes and Casemiro was sitting slightly deeper. Eriksen was playing slightly higher, and that little triangle, they dominated the ball. But once that changed, but I have to say, there's
why are you talking about a game that happened 5 days ago?
Because you mentioned it.
No, I didn't.
You said they played well at the weekend. You just said that.
We watched the game tonight. What are you talking about that?
It's Sheriff. They play Sheriff. I know, in the Europa League. They should be doing that. I mean, that's not the measure. The measure is at the weekend. No United fans leaving Old Trafford not now going, oh, we're back. That's not the measure.
I don't know.
No, the measure was the weekend, mate. The measure was playing against Chelsea away. That's where you go. United actually are looking a really well-oiled, slick, well-coached team. It's the first time you can actually say it, I would say, this season. You can see Erik Ten Hag's imprint on what United are doing. Tonight...
Erik, an important 3 points in the bag tonight. Give us your thoughts on the performance.
Well, it's okay. And of course, you hope you score in the first half hour. And then second just before halftime. So that took a little bit long. But I think we deserved that goal. And then we scored from set play. Perfect. Second half, we scored 2 more goals. And good goals out of open play. So I'm happy with that. Also with the clean sheet. Because we did also give nothing away. So really focused to win, what I would say.
You said the performance was okay there and that you stressed the importance of scoring goals. Was there a feeling that there was an improvement to be made, to be more clinical, more ruthless in front of goal, particularly in that first half?
I don't know if that's are the words. It's more to bring more numbers in, to get behind the defending line of the opponents, and that's especially about occupation, the zones in the box, and that is what we can do better. And I think the examples are the second and the third goal. Then I think we are with more in the box. We occupy the positions, and that is what we have to do more. There we have to improve.
Congratulations on qualifying. How was you that performance?
I think it was a good win. Of course, you want more. I think we create more chances to score more goals. But we create the chances, and that's good. And finally, we score also 3 goals. And I think what's good is we play in opponent's half and we stayed there. And so we attacked, well organized. We don't concede counters. We were good in rest defense transition. They didn't come out. Maybe they had 1 shot in the end of the game. First half, 1 time they came in with a cross, but for the rest we only played in their half. And so what I said, we create chances. We scored first of a set play, happy with that. And I think the second and the third goal were really well outplayed goals.
The game allowed you to make a number of changes. Taking Martinez and Anthony off at half time, was that pre-planned? Was that to rest them?
Yeah, more or less. When we are up, and then was that planned? Martinez he's booked. He was on the second, so then he was out when he got booked for a third for the next game. So we know what we have to do in Sociedad. We have to win there, and with 2 goals difference.
Cristiano got his reward for persistence. Were you pleased with the way he kept going?
Yes, yeah. What you said, he kept going, and the team kept going to put him in the right position. He kept going to get himself in the right position. He didn't give up. I think that is what his whole career. That's why he is so good, and in the end, he get the reward for it.
Erik, it was a big night for Alejandro Garnacho. What did you make of his first start?
I think it was a good performance from him. He did what I expect him to do. He deserved the chance. And the last week's start was difficult for him in the season. I was not happy with him, but the last weeks I was happy with him. Get a better attitude, more resilience, more determination, and what you see, he has a talent to deal with the ball in tight areas, to run behind, and especially also his tempo dribbles. He can take players on, and that is a good capability nowadays football, especially against opponents who are defending that compact like this opponent. So I'm happy with that. I hope for him it's a stimulus. First game, and that he knows, I have to do better to get into the team and to create more. But don't forget the other things you are playing in the team.
You say that you weren't happy with him before. What had been wrong? What had been the problem?
Wrong. It's young kids. They have to grow and to raise their personality, and they have to know what are, say, the laws and demands in football and top football. And it's not only about a trick or about score 1 goal. No, we have to win football games, and that demands a lot. And then you have to fulfill every day the highest standards, and that is what we had to teach, and not only him, but that we have to teach all the players, but especially the young players.
You mentioned tricks. What did you make of Anthony's double twist?
I don't have a problem with that as long as it's functional. But so also from him, I demand more, more runs behind. More often in the box, more followers in, and more tempo dribbles especially, and more playing in the pocket. So we demand more dominance in this game, and when now and then there is a trick like that, it's nice. As long as it's functional, if you're not losing the ball, if you're attracting plays, then it's okay. But it's a trick. Because of a trick, then I will correct him.
Harry Maguire back, which is good to see, but there was a mixed reaction. Did you hear some boos as well?
No, I didn't hear.
And were you pleased with what you saw from it?
Yeah, I think after a couple of weeks, came in, it was a good performance. What I said, the whole team was organised well, and we didn't concede 1 counter for the whole game.
You've not conceded at Old Trafford now in the last 4 games. Is that the foundation for your success?
It's always in football the defending part and the control in offense, in possession, that wins you in the end football games and wins you trophies. And so that demands discipline, in positioning and in anticipating. So we have to keep that process going.
Adam. Terry, you talked earlier on in the season about Marcus Rashford being an option for you as a centre forward. Is that sort of positioning you want him to be in going forward? Is that what you're working on? It's an uncharacteristic goal for Marcus ahead of 6-yard box. Is that what you're working on, and is that what you meant by him being an option as a centre forward earlier in the season?
Yes, but I think he can be be positioning in all in the front. And today we played him as a 10. I wanted to see him together with Cristiano to position them close together. And I think they score both in the second half, so they can take benefit from each other when they are playing close together, when the movements are connected, and then I think that can be a real threat. But that is only possible when also, we spoke before, when the defensive discipline is there.
Last question in this section.
From Alexander Garnacho, a lot of fans were pleased with him today and how direct he was, taking on players and getting the fans off the edge of their seats. I know you spoke about him mentality-wise, but is that something you're looking for from all wingers? I know I've spoken to you before about Jadon and trying to get more direct, and you saw when Anthony Elanga come on the bench, off the bench against Chelsea, he was direct. Is that what you're looking for from wingers, to be direct?
Yeah, I was really pleased with the performance from Anthony Elanga in Chelsea. But so there was also a difficult decision whether I play Anthony Elanga or Garnacho. But that was really close. But finally I decided, because in tight areas, Garnacho he has really good capabilities in the tight areas to find solutions and to take players on with his tempo dribbles. So I liked it. But as I said, there is a good development from the youngsters, and they have to get closer to the gap, and they have to contribute to the squad and contribute to our results. But they have to deserve in the training, and when they deserve the chance and the opportunities here in Old Trafford.
Congratulations on